Hey guys, this is Ari from AM Production, and today I'm gonna show you how I approach recording and basic mixing of the drums in Logic Pro X. So for this video I selected a drum recording that I did with an artist yesterday and his band. I exported the 12 tracks in AFF from Pro Tools, which is the program that I usually use to mix and to record in studio to edit audio. And I used 12 different microphones to mic up this drum kit: overheads, room, hi-hat, snare top, and snare bottom. I sellotaped a Shure SM57 and a Neumann condenser mic small diaphragm. A photo should appear in the corner somewhere here for the snare top pointing to the center. And I'm gonna put a list of microphones in the description below. Cool. After that, before starting to mix the drums, I selected all the tracks using Command A and right-clicked on it and clicked on Create Track Stack. So I've done it already, so you can't see it now. Or Shift Command D and choose summing tracks, and I created a subgroup and then named it drums. These allow me to mix the whole kit after I treated all the different elements separately. Now the things that I did is that I muted the other instruments that I don't need, and then I pressed H so you can hide all the other instruments, and we can start checking the phase between kick in and kick out, snare top and snare bottom, and the overheads. And to invert the polarity of any of those channels that you find they're out of phase, just double click on the track. This window is gonna appear. Press on File, Function, and Invert. And you can see that inverts the polarity. Logic inverts the polarity. So after I checked that, I proceeded to mix the drums. So if we press Command 2, we go to the mix view. You can see all of my drums. So I started with the kick this time. Kick in and kick out, that's how they sound without any effect on. You can see there are few spills of toms and hi-hats. So I EQ'd and I subtracted the frequencies, the high frequencies, and then I gated them. That's how they sound now. They're cleaner than before. And I've done the same thing with the floor toms. Then I put an envelope to shape the transient. But I gave it a little bit of attack here with the gain, and I cut the release the way to cut all the boominess of the skin, the tom. Then I proceeded with the snares. That's the verse part where the drummer is playing on the side of the snare, and EQ it a little bit. And then I parallel compressed the snare bottom and the Neumann top. So for the parallel compression, I used an vintage opto compressor from Logic stock. The opto is an optical. Often they react more slowly than other compressor types, but they're very good for mixed bus compression. They're basically leveling amplifier, which means it's working nearly all the time, not just when a threshold is reached, and it's based on the LA2A. That's how it sounds with the parallel compression. And then I send them, all the three of them, to snare plate reverb from Space Designer. No pre-delay, just minus 10 dB wetness, and I cued the reverb taking off all the frequencies below the 100 Hertz. take out the boominess. That's how the snare sound. I put the parallel compression in pre-fader, yeah? New York parallel compression style. Then I EQ'd the overheads, the hi-hats, cutting all the low frequencies for the spills of the kick and toms and other stuff that we don't really need. Then I EQ'd the whole drum kit. I pan left and right room mic and the overheads. Then I compressed the whole kit, and I used a vintage FET, which is field effect compressor. They use transistor to emulate a valve sound. It has a higher signal to noise ratio, and they are popular for vocals and great for drum compressions. That's how it sounds with it. Then I send the whole kit to another reverb, to an overall drum reverb. It's a plate from Space Designer, and then I EQ'd the drums, the whole kit. The whole kit, and I parallel compress again the whole kit in pre-fader. For the drums parallel compression, I used a classic VCA, which means voltage controlled amplifier compressors. They use an integrated circuit to give very precise control. They are a little bit less colored than the other compressor, and suffer from very few side effects like distortion, which make them ideal for a lot of different tasks, like parallel compression. And they're based on the DBX 160. That's how the kit sounds. Solid. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Below there's all the list of the microphone that I used for this video. I attached my social media and the social media for music production for women. Click on it and follow us, and keep on making music, guys.